Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith argued Sunday that while Donald Trump, your president, actions may be flawed, he has taken understandable actions to stop a crisis that was started by none other than Joe Biden. Yeah, fam, he was on CBS Sunday morning, and he announced that he will soon determine whether he himself will run for president. His words, "I will make a decision in early 2027, but I am not ruling it out because I expect a lot of success to come my way. And Lord help everybody if the amount of success comes my way ensures that I never have to worry about my quality of life ever again," he said, a departure from previous denials. When asked about Trump, Stevie said that while he is uncomfortable, or he actually said why he isn't comfortable with Donald Trump's tactics, he understands why Trump acted to address a crisis worsened by Biden. He said that I don't like what I'm seeing, but everything he does is not wrong. The borders needed to be closed. Trump was right to do that, but only because Biden opened it. Let's stop right there, fam. Let's stop right there. So Biden did not open the borders, first and foremost. You know who opened the borders? America, when it first started stealing people from other countries and bringing them over here. And the borders have been open ever since. America has always had open borders. You know why America has open borders? Because America loves cheap labor. America loves free labor. If they can't get it free, they can't force people into slavery and get it free, they'll accept the cheap labor. And then after they accept the cheap labor, what they do is anytime America finds itself in a crisis, it needs somebody to blame. They need a scapegoat. So what do? Look around and try to point the finger at somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that the borders should be open. The border should absolutely be closed. But let's not pretend here, fam. The Customs Border Patrol is straight up a scam. People come over here every day, and as long as they have enough money, they can get over here safely. Every single day, somebody's looking the other way. Somebody's taking an envelope to look the other way. Every single day. That's why there's so much immigration problems right here in America. It starts at the border. That's the first line of defense. So they're letting them come through. If I was a Border Patrol agent and my job was to stop anybody from coming over here illegally, there would not be one person come through illegally on my watch. So what does that tell you? That means that they have agents who are bought and sold. The agents are in the pockets of the cartel. The agents are in the pockets of businessmen. The agents are in the pockets of the government. On both sides. This is not some type of newfound discovery here, fam. Everybody knows this, and America gets away with this time and time and time again. The same people who are saying, get rid of the people who have came here illegally are the same people who are hiring them to do jobs. Some of them have entire companies where they have hundreds of illegal immigrants, but they don't give a damn as long as they can get pay those cheap wages. And America is notorious for having someone to build something and using somebody until they can't use them anymore, using them until they get what they want. And then once they get what they want, they discard them and say, hey, y'all the problem, get on out of here. We don't need you anymore. So that's how America gets down. America's border problems will never be solved. Get that through your thick head. It don't matter who the president is. Trump knows he can't solve America's border problems. He's not even trying to solve America's border problems. Barack Obama deported more people than Donald Trump when he was in office. He deported more people than Donald Trump. Family, if Donald Trump was so serious about the deportation, those numbers would be way higher than they are. And I'm talking about seriously, grossly higher, but they're not. And why is that? Because this whole border issue is just something to use to control people. It's all about controlling, and it's all about distraction, and it's all about trying to gain control of the ballot. It's all about voting, gaining control of those ballot boxes so that they can try to steal an election. He don't give a damn about the border any more than he cared about fentanyl, fam. Notice we ain't heard nothing about fentanyl since, right? We ain't heard nothing about fentanyl. That's it. It's over. Fentanyl crisis solved. He didn't care nothing about the Epstein files. Just yesterday, where he said, hey, man, we done with the Epstein. Epstein over. That's all over. He said, that's over. We ain't doing Epstein no more. Move on. Time to move on. He didn't care nothing about that. You know what Donald Trump cares about? The hustle. He cares about the hustle. Shaking America down and trying to get to that paper and having people bow down and kiss the ring. Cares nothing about you. You a damn fool if you think Donald Trump care about you. You a damn fool. Stephen A. Smith said that he would be tough on crime if he became president. He said, I'm going to be tough on crime. When you hear somebody say, when you hear politicians or would-be politicians, fake, politicians say things like they're going to be tough on crime, that's a coded phrase for policies that disproportionately impact Black communities. Anytime they say tough on crime, that's what they mean. Because who is affected mostly by crime when it comes to punishment? Black communities, always. And it's no secret that they're disproportionately targeted, and that's why they're disproportionately impacted. They're disproportionately targeted. And this ain't something that's just coming from me. This is something that has been scientifically proven. This is something that is backed by data. This is something that is backed by just an immense amount of confessions from people who are in law enforcement, from people who are in the judicial system. These are many people who actually carried out these targeted arrests, targeted sentencing, targeted prosecutions of Black people. So when Stephen A. say he's going to be tough on crime, he's letting you know, hey man, I'm in the club. I know I'm Black and everything, but and I ain't all the way in the club, but I'm in the club as much as I can be. And I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna do the same thing to you. It ain't gonna change. You're gonna have a Black face, but you know what it's gonna be like on the inside. I'm gonna be another coconut, just like the mayor, Mayor Adams from New York, the former mayor of New York, Eric Adams. I think his name was Eric. Same thing. Coconut, just like Clarence Thomas, you ain't gonna see no difference. You're not gonna see any difference in your life as far as any positive difference. I'm gonna go in here and at every turn, I'm gonna try my best to make it worse. I'm gonna try to maintain the status quo. So that's what a Stephen A. Smith presidency would look like. He would go in and maintain the status quo, because he already told you every day he wake up, he think about how he can make his boss some money and how he can keep some of that money for himself. That's what he said. Those were his words. So we already know what a Stephen A. Smith presidency would look like. We already know based on a lot of the things that he already says, some of the inflammatory things that he says about black women. We already know he's against the black community. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Just because, see, Stephen is a coconut. He's black on the outside, but white on the inside. That's how he rock. And not just regular white. He's a racist white person on the inside. Yeah. So I had to make that distinction because there are a lot of white people out there who are actually better human beings than Stephen A. Smith. Way better human beings than Stephen A. Smith, and who are actually real, true black allies. Yeah. So Stephen A. Smith is not going to become the president of the United States because, first of all, where is he going to get his constituency from? He'd have to run on a Republican ticket in 28. We already know that ain't going to work. But one thing about the Republicans, though, is that they'll vote for you as long as they think you're going to maintain white supremacy and they can maintain white privilege. They will vote for you. So who knows? You know, after Trump became president, ain't no telling. It just ain't no telling. But I know he can't run on the Democrat ticket. That's done. He cooked. He can never run on the Democrat ticket. He'll never, ever win. And he said that if he would run on the Democrat ticket. So that would be a wash. He would be out of here. Before he'd make his announcement, he'd lose the entire race. It wouldn't even be a race. He wouldn't even get out the blocks trying to run as a Democrat. But he could run as a Republican because the Republicans don't care about nothing. They have no soul at all. Not saying that all Democrats have soul, some do. But the Republicans only care about maintaining that white privilege. You can maintain white privilege, they're going to rock with you. Case in point, Herschel Walker, you ain't heard nothing from that dummy lately, right? After he lost that Senate run, you heard nothing from him. That is because they're saying now, since he lost, and they saw how dumb he was and that he couldn't debate, he couldn't put a proper sentence together. When they saw all of that, they were like, you know what, man? We thought we probably could just bogart our way into winning, and since we can't, this guy is even dumber than Trump. And it actually shows all over him, and he's not really good at making personal attacks like Trump and stuff, and he ain't got the correct skin color. The dude has no class. He's uncouth. Let's just move on. We're moving on from Herschel Walker, and they had that same mentality when they said we're gonna move on from these Epstein files. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know. You gonna vote for Stephen A? If Stephen A run, you voting? Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs down if you say, I wish I would. Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.